Teacher Allie here, and today we're going to be talking about how God is love. God is love and He created us to love too. Jesus taught on this subject constantly, and the story of the Good Samaritan gives a great example of this fact. In order to add the impact of His messages, Jesus often included a surprise in the stories He told. The big surprise in this parable was that the good guy was a Samaritan, and you'll learn more about that in today's lesson.
Have you ever heard the story of the Good Samaritan? Jesus would often tell parables to help his listeners understand a deeper spiritual truth. A parable is much like a story you might hear today. Someone asked Jesus who their neighbor was, so Jesus began his parable and tells the story of the Good Samaritan. Do you know who your neighbor is? Jesus began speaking. One day, a man was traveling down a road from Jerusalem to Jericho when he was suddenly attacked. There were robbers on the road that nearly took everything the man had. They barely left him alive. He laid there waiting for someone to come, and can you guess what happened? A priest walked by. He looked down at the man, and then he looked back up, and he walked on the other side of the road to avoid him. And now a Levite came and saw the man laying there as well, and he also left to go walk on the other side of the road. The third man was a Samaritan. The Samaritan man bandaged the hurt man's wounds, put him on his donkey, and paid for an innkeeper to take care of him. He came and helped the man and basically put him in a hotel room and paid for it all himself. Why did Jesus tell us this story? Well, the Samaritan was probably the most unlikely person for Jesus' audience to expect to help. The Jewish people and Samaritans didn't like each other, so it came as a shock that Jesus made the hero of the story one of their villains. This would be like if you were hurt on the playground and the teachers, helpers, and principals saw where you were and walked away, and the school bully came up to help you instead. That's how strange and unexpected this would be. But that's exactly the message Jesus wanted to share. That is how powerful this is. Jesus ended his lesson by saying that the man's neighbor was one who had mercy on him and helped. Everyone around us could be our neighbor. We only have to show them mercy, kindness, and compassion to make it so. As you go out this week, remember that God has given you the ability to love and care for others. So go treat others like your neighbor and be a good Samaritan to those that least expect it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to download the activity sheets in the description below, and don't forget to email us your prayer requests at lighthouse@plaog.net. See you next week.